Hello, loves. Welcome to our free workshop today called Manifesting Money for the Good of the World. So I'm actually a little bit nervous right now. I go live a lot, but for some reason when I invite, it makes sense when I invite everybody to the live. I feel like, oh my God, I've been nervous, but it's good. It's magical. And I'm really excited to get into it today. So welcome for those of you on replay. I'm going to be waiting a few moments for those of you who are finding me live to come and join me. So before we get into any super potent content, I'm just going to wait for a little bit for people to find me. Hi, Delon. Delon says, greetings, welcome. So if you are on replay and you're waiting, go ahead, make yourself comfortable, grab some water, make sure that you have a journal and a pen with you. You're probably going to want to take notes. And I can see all of you finding me live as well. Welcome. Vera says, hello, everyone. My first time here. Yay, welcome. Awesome. Okay, cool. So today we are talking about manifesting money, but in a way, because I am on a priestess path, I consider myself a light worker, an earth angel, whatever kind of terms you like to use. And I know that in my work, I attract a lot of similar kind of vibrations. And what I notice from people, like-minded people, like-hearted people, is really our primary intention as we live our lives is connected to our soul mission. It's connected to deeply serving the world. And I notice that a lot of us have a hard time understanding how us focusing on making money and making a lot of money in our lives really serves that, because we have ideas about what money is and what money is all about. So we're going to talk about that today and why it's important to untangle these ideas that money is wrong or evil, and what we can actually do to start to manifest more money in our lives and feel really good about it, really aligned with what we're doing. So awesome. Jalot says, what is this? I just explained that. So hopefully that answers your question. Mariah's here. Hi, love. Jordan's here. Awesome. Hi, Monica's here. Ashley's here. Amazing. Awesome. Okay, so if you're here live or if you're here on replay, let me know, what question do I have for you today? I'm enticing you to talk to me because I do love it. Let me know your favorite crystal right now, if you have a favorite crystal or an energy of a crystal that you really love to work with. And if you don't really work with crystals, just tell me that too, because you are special and amazing and I honor you. I know there's some of you out there. I don't understand you, but I love it. Okay, awesome. Kathleen's here. Hi, love. Janet's here. Dora's here. Awesome. Okay, yeah, glad I answered your question, Delon. So, before we get into the full content as well, I do want to share that I'm giving a full scholarship away for those of you who are joining either live or on replay in the next 24 hours after this broadcast goes out. The full scholarship that I'm offering is to my new course, which is opening today, called The Priestess's Guide to Manifesting Money. And so I'm going to wait until towards the end of the journey to talk about what that is, and also to share with you how you can enter in to win that full scholarship. It's super easy to win the full scholarship. It's super easy to enter. Just make sure that you stay for the whole workshop. If you kind of revisit this, if you need to jump out really soon, so you know what you need to do. And I'm actually going to announce the winner tomorrow night, so it'll all happen very fast. Okay. So Monica says carnelian is her favorite crystal right now. Janice says amethyst. Ashley has white hearts. I love white hearts too. I don't know if that's, selenite. Sorry, I just saw white hearts. Ashley says selenite. Awesome. Yana, I think, did you say your name Yana? Because I feel like usually when it's spelled like that, it's Yana. Rose quartz. Yeah, I'm really feeling rose quartz. I'm putting rose quartz in my water. So and we have some rose quartz here and here. All the water I drink right now in my life, period, is infused with rose quartz for at least 12 hours, which is so awesome. So I'm feeling you there. Vera says, I have a big white crystal that feels like an iceberg. Oh my God, that's so good. Let's just talk about crystals the whole time. Kathleen says, tourmaline, amazing. Mariah says, I've been best friends with citrine lately, or smoky quartz, amazing. Teresa's here, awesome. Nicole, rose quartz. Katherine, clear isis quartz. Katherine, awesome. I'm glad that you're here. I think that you're the Katherine that I was chatting to over email today, so hopefully you got my emails. Dora says, my favorite is celestite. Nikki's here. Hello. Awesome. Okay, amazing. I love you. So let's get into today's content. So first, I want to share a little bit about my story some of you are probably new to me, and maybe some of you have been with me for a while, but like you want to hear my story again if you've heard it before, I bet. I always tell it differently. So I have been an entrepreneur for 8 years. This workshop is not just for entrepreneurs, but that's my story. That's my background. So I started my business 8 years ago. I actually did a finance degree, funnily enough. Got out of university and I was like, I'm gonna start my business. Like, I'm gonna be so successful at like my spiritual coaching and like all the things. So I started my business, and once I created my business, like I'm very proud of myself. I was able to be full-time right away, living on not a lot of money. I was with a partner at the time. We split rent. We had a room together, and we split a lot of our bills. So I was like literally able to get by with like $1,000 a month probably coming in. So I was doing that, and I was kind of staying like 1,000 to 2,000 for the first few years of my business. 2,000 would have been a really good month for me. And I was so committed though, because I am so mission based. Like if you're here, you probably really resonate with that. Like I'm here to create change. I'm here to listen to my soul. So I didn't really care that much that like, so I went to University for Finance in Southern Alberta, if y'all know like about Southern Alberta, like a place of like, and at this time before the oil has gone crazy, like rich places. Like I was primed to go into the corporate world, make a lot of money. So all of my friends went into the corporate world. They were making a lot of money. They could go out to eat, they could shop, they could go on trips. And I was like just getting by. But I didn't care because I loved what I did so much, and it was so important to me. But a few years in, I was like getting pretty sick of it. Like I knew at that point that prosperity and abundance was my birthright, and it should have been a part of my reality, right? I had woken up to that, at least on a mental level, where I thought prosperity is my birthright, abundance is my birthright, and I would be praying for money. I would say affirmations for money, and I would just be so frustrated because in my heart, intuitively, I felt like I know I'm going to make a lot of money. Like I know I'm going to create $1 million business one day. Like I know I'm going to be a millionaire. I just feel it. And it wasn't like this idea of like that greedy energy that we're going to talk about unraveling today and why it's not that. It was like, I just know that I'm meant to do this work and I'm going to be really successful at it. But I was so frustrated. And if you don't have that feeling, that's totally fine too. You can be abundant no matter what. But I was really frustrated because I was seeing something so far from that. I was like always behind on bills, paying rent late, worried about paying rent, so one day I literally, and I've shared that about this online before, like I was so fucking angry at the universe because I was like, I'm working for you. Like day in and day out, I'd be like, what do you want me to do? Show me the way. I would do sessions. I would do things for free. I would just do all the things I felt like I was supposed to do on my spiritual path for the universe. I went to the beach on a very dark night that was kind of stormy, and I literally like screamed in rage, like, where is the money? Like I was so mad. I was like, where the fuck is the money, universe? I'm so mad at you right now. Like I'm hustling out here for you, and still like not really seeing what I've been asking for. So I actually, that was still effective because I was really putting out frequency of like, help me. Like as much as my screaming rage moment was like not super helpful on a manifestation level because my vibrations were very off from being in alignment with prosperity in that moment. Actually, it was really helpful because I really was like in my own way, in a very raw, authentic way. It was like help me, universe. Like I literally remember, and it took a while after that. I was like, help me, help me. It didn't happen right away. I still had to, I didn't find this, like what I'm about to teach you. This wasn't as prevalent. Like people weren't talking as much about prosperity consciousness and things like that. So it took me still a while on that journey. Like I mentioned in a post recently, like I would hit negative in my bank account balance. I literally, like, I didn't have a credit card at that time. So when you have minus $5 in your bank account and no credit card, you literally do not have access to money. So I would, like this one time I went forage, thank God it was summer, and I could go forage blackberries and just like eat blackberries. And like I went to a potluck that night. Like I got really creative. I was like, fuck, I need some money coming in. I asked the local bookstore if I could read like oracle cards outside of the store for donation. And like I got enough money, like $20 to buy rice and oil. And I learned that if you need to survive, like rice is your best friend. I was using leaves from bushes as toilet paper, right? Like I I just want to share. I haven't come from a mindset of like abundance and have created, what I've created from there. Thanks for the comments. I'll read them in a second. So what happened? Well, it again, more prayer, more like show me the way, show me the way. And eventually I found some teachers. I found teachers in two different sort of categories that really, really helped me. I found teachers that talked about wealth consciousness. That was new to me at that time. I was like, what is wealth consciousness, right? And these teachers walked me through the process of how they reprogrammed their energy field, their mind, in order to resonate with abundance. And one of the things that came really strongly out of those teachings for me right away, an aha moment, was however old I was at the time, that many years of negative conditioning about money from society, plus what my ancestry has imprinted me with. All of that, 10 minutes of affirmations a few times a week and a couple prayers were not enough to counteract that extent of imprinting and conditioning. So I woke up to, oh my God, yeah, I was sort of going in the right direction. I was starting to do affirmations and I was starting to do some things, but it wasn't going deep enough. I wasn't doing it consistently enough. And once I did it, I just left that mental state and I just let myself continue the same stories. And then I didn't know that every time I was saying, oh, I can't afford that, or every time I was really noticing lack or noticing scarcity, that I was actually manifesting that, because we're always manifesting. So I didn't realize that every moment of every day, what I'm focusing on, to a certain extent, there's like some gray area here that I would really love to explore. But for the most part, what I've really found is that wherever my mind's at, wherever I'm vibrating, I'm pulling in like attractions. I don't want to pretend that that is the ultimate guide to the universe, because I think there's a lot of mystery around that, but that has been mostly what I've noticed. So I'm going to read some of the comments here. Maria's here from France. Karen says, hi, Beth. I'm so excited for this journey, and I'm also starting Maggie's Hive program. Amazing. I'm totally ready to grow my business, start being happier and less time from work, and to be more abundant and joyful. Awesome. Mariah, yes, understands me screaming at the universe. Kathleen says, yeah, I've had those screaming rage moments too. Yeah, Nova says, primal rage is potent and powerful. Yeah, we'll never forget that moment. Like, Monica says, awesome that at least you got creative and didn't make yourself a victim. Yeah, thank you. You do what you gotta do. Maria says, love your energy right now. Thank you. Alina's here. Hi, love. Feeling this deeply. Awesome. And if you're on replay, be sure to comment, because I do read the comments after as well. So I talked about, that was like my first kind of main teachings. So I was like, oh my gosh, I can go so much deeper in wealth consciousness. I got some tools, et cetera, et cetera. And then the other kind of teachings that I found the 13 Moon Mystery School, which really anchored me onto my Priestess path. Some of you might know the 13 Mystery School. There are teachers like Elaine Kalila of Priestess Presence, or Eden Amadouris, or Eden Davis of Live Embodied Love, two of my main mentors from that temple. And I started doing work with the Great Mother. And the Great Mother is a concept that is so ancient. It's much more than a concept, but let's call it, much more than a concept, but like archetypal energy. It's something that ancient cultures, especially matriarchal cultures, understood for millennia. There's like probably a lot of you, I know a lot of you on this call are already connected with the Great Mother and goddess culture, but some of you aren't, maybe. So, there's like little statues that you see in like museums and pictures, and they're like little like fat little magical woman statues from ancient times. Like, that is them honoring the Great Mother and doing ritual with her and honoring the fertility and the abundance of the Great Mother and the womb space. So I also started sitting in ceremony with the Great Mother and with my mentors, and started to visit this place that was beyond this world, that was deeper, and visit that place in my womb, that still point. And I started to viscerally experience a reconnection with the Great Mother. And remember, I would have these moments of, oh yeah, I'm taken care of. Like, we are children of the divine. We are children of the Most High. We are children of, however you understand God, goddess, whatever, whatever terms, whatever archetypal energies around that you connect with. We are souls that are so, so, so deeply loved by this universe, by Source, by the Great Mother. And just as our, ideally, this isn't unfortunately the case for a lot of people, but ideally our parents are the ones that are meant to love us unconditionally and take care of us. The Great Mother and the Divine Father energies, but on my priestess path, we really connect with the Great Mother. They're like our ultimate, that energy, source energy is our ultimate caretaker. And we forget, like, we've been born into this world that has a matrix around it, which we're going to talk more deeply about. And we forget, and we have amnesia. And I believe that there are specific forces that have intended to cut us off from our deep inherent knowingness for their own agendas. And they've altered our DNA, and they've altered our cellular memories, and they've altered the portals on this planet that connect us to the stars and the cosmic community. And so we forget that if we were just activated in our light bodies, and we were in a space of remembrance, that we're actually always taken care of, and abundance is our birthright. And I believe that's why we can know that mentally, but it takes a deep process of it takes work, on an internal level, to come back to what should be so natural because of those opposing forces. That's my personal belief. You guys can chime in if you feel me there. And Karen says, yes, I want to step out of the old story. Absolutely. I'm positive and believe we attract what we focus on. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have a little bit of water. So from there, I practiced both those pathways, the money manifestation, specifically healing with money, working with the Great Mother, working with my priestess path, different resources, different teachers, different levels of commitment, depending on the month. Discipline has not been my strong suit. And now I'm at this place where, in the last 3 months, and it's been a few years now that, like, things have really picked up and shifted, and I get to travel all the time, and it's so fun. And now in the last few months, my biggest months, and these are Canadian dollars because I live in Canada, my biggest months in October was like 13,600 a month I brought in. And then last month in December, just over 10 grand, like 10,100. And now that's starting to be like, yeah, like I definitely expect a $10,000 month this month. And that's pretty fucking cool. Like, honestly, like, and I hit my first, I had like my first like $11,000 month, I think, like 2 years ago, which is amazing. So it's been pretty amazing, like, what has happened from literally being like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my rent this month, rent's due tomorrow, I have $167 in my bank account, and I did go to a festival. I'm at a festival right now because that felt really important. Definitely had those moments, to where I am now. And it's a constant journey. Like, I am not sitting in front of you being like, hi guys, I never worry about money ever. But I actually, like, hardly ever worry about money. If I worry about money, it's like, oh, I want to do 3 retreats. And I don't know if I quite have enough right now for 3 retreats. Like, it's more like that. Like, oh, how am I going to expand so I can do all of them? But yeah, so it's still very much a work in progress. But it's amazing what has happened. And it's been because of these processes that I'm going to share a few of them with you in this session, that this has happened for me. And I also like to speak to this, like, as you hear my story, like, I know what it feels like to feel very stuck, right? Like, I know what it feels like to think that you're working on your money manifestation and get nowhere. Like, I know what that's like. So even if you're listening and you feel like you've tried, like, I saw a comment the other day from someone in our community, and she was like, I feel like I've tried everything and the money hasn't come yet. Like, even if you feel like you've tried everything, like, I get it. And, like, hang out for this workshop. Maybe if you want, join the Priestess's Guide to Manifesting Money, because if the money hasn't shown up, you haven't tried everything. Love you. And some feathers just fell out of my hair, so let's put those back in. Okay. Okay. Let's read some comments. So yeah, and Karen's echoing that feeling. I'm just tired of feeling like I'm not where I want to be in life. I understand. Lena says, yes, it takes so much conscious work and dedication to self to get back to that place of being totally authentic, the priestess goddess I am meant to be. Yeah, thank you for echoing that or reflecting that back, because it really does take like dedication. It really does. I'm not gonna manifesting money can be really easy, but we can really be easy because you're doing the internal work consistently, right? So it's like, it's a different kind of work. It's not like, oh my God, I'm working so hard in the external world. It's so hard. Like my first biggest month ever, like over $11,000. I took an entire week fully offline. I went to a music festival in Australia, and the other 3 weeks I was working 15 to 20 hours a week. And I brought in like over $11,000. Like it doesn't have to be so hard work on the outside. But it's that internal work that you need to show up for, which then you can be like, ooh, cool. Like, yay, thank you. Just like money. Thank you. Randy says, cosmic community. Yeah, girl. Awesome. Mariah saying, congrats for that. You're awesome. Lena says, I love that mindset. So many women I work with in business talk about having 5-figure months and when that becomes the norm. Yeah, I was seeing that happen for a long time. And I was like, that sounds cool. But I had to go my own way, because here's the thing. When I would go out, and we're going to get to steps soon. So if you're like, just tell me what to do, I will. It's coming. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So I would listen to certain teachers about money, and I would be resonating kind of with what they're saying. And I would get what they were saying, and I would get that their processes were helpful. But a lot of the time what I've found is, like, I'm just, like, special. I'm a nature girl. I like the people that I've found that are often talking a lot about money and money manifestation, for me, I don't know, the ones that I had found, live very fast. Like there is a definite different frequency between my priestess training, and all my priestess mentors are like, hello, I am anchored in my womb and so powerful and speaking from my womb. I go slow, but like priestess slow. So I'm just like so powerful and like chill and like loving. And then the money teachers I'd found would be like, like so fast, like living so fast, still like kind of hustle vibes. Yeah, just like sometimes gave me anxiety to listen to. And they would say things like, oh, just think about the exact number of clients you want and be so set on that. And like I would do that and I'd be like, I feel like shit. Like this makes me have anxiety. So what has happened on my journey now, and now why I'm sharing this, and I'm sharing a deep dive course, a 6 weeks course after this, is I had to kind of find my own way. I had to take some stuff from here, take some stuff from here, take some stuff from here, my heart, my inner guidance, throw it all together, see what happened. And now I'm like, oh, okay, better, yeah, like much better. I can do this. So yeah, where I'm coming from as well is like more priestess lensing of manifesting money, putting them together, which is really exciting. So let's get into today's content. Okay, so 4 tips. I don't know if these are tips or steps or like major concepts or what, but we're going to go through them. So 1, I already talked about what we're going to go more into this. So this is where your little notepad comes out. So working with the Great Mother and the still point. I love what I wrote today after meditation. Let's just read it because it was like right after meditation. Oh, this is a good point. I'll explain what this is. Okay, so go beyond the matrix. Find the still point past all of it. Be with the Great Mother and be reminded of your infinite prosperity and safety. Man, there's some wisdom in that. Let's break that down. Okay, so when we are connecting with the Great Mother, which is a visceral experience, it's an embodied experience. It's not something that happens in the mind. The framework of this workshop, I don't know, is the best setting to like go really deep with the Great Mother right now, but we'll definitely get into a meditation with her at some point, whether it's right now. Okay, let's do it right now. Okay, I'll just take you guys into a short meditation right now. It'll be like 5 minutes, but I can't really talk about the Great Mother and the still point without bringing you through an experience, because again, you can't connect with her just on a mental level. That's not where the magic is. So if you're down for a 5-minute meditation, let me know in the comments, like, yes, I'm down. Cool. And I'm just going to drink some water. I'm going to do it anyway. Even if I don't get any comments, yes, I'm still going to do it. But I just want to know that you guys are on board. And there's also a lag between when the comments come in. Kathleen says, same here. It feels so hard trying to constrict everything towards this one specific goal. Yes, like literally exactly. So I've had to just reconfigure what I've learned and realize like, oh, this, you can totally not focus on a specific goal if you don't want to, if it doesn't feel good, and still have amazing results. Okay, so Fear's down for meditation. Lena's down. Maria's down. Maria's like, okay. Okay. Teresa says, yes, please. Kathleen's like, yeah. Dora, Wendy, Caroline, Yana, Janet, Adri, Randy, Mariah. Okay, everyone's like down. Okay, obviously. So if you just want to close your eyes with me, taking a deep breath and allowing yourself to get comfortable in your meditation space or wherever you're finding yourself now. And don't worry if you're not in like your perfect sacred meditation space. You already are, because you have your heart inside of you and with you, which is your inner temple. So just breathing in, and we call upon all of our higher selves to be here now, all of the higher selves of the people that are watching right now, the higher selves that are on replay watching right now, you know, beyond time, as well as my own. I want you to see all of our higher selves. There's likely going to be hundreds of us in a circle. And all of our higher selves are starting to connect our hearts and allowing yourself to breathe in energy from above. You're going to breathe in beautiful light, like a light column from above, down from the cosmos, from the great central sun, through the star and star systems that your soul is connected to, down through the sun, in through your crown chakra, in through the third eye, in through the throat, in through the heart, in through the solar plexus, down through the womb, or, you know, your belly if you're, you know, a man watching this, in through the root. And I want you to send that grounding cord now as a grounding cord of light into the core crystal of Mother Earth. And as that grounding cord of light goes down all the way to the core crystal of the earth, I want you to slide down that cord like it's a light slide, and you're in your inner child energy, and you're just going to slide all the way down into the very center of the earth from that light. And as you land into the core crystal of the earth, there is a guide, an inner earth guide of a high and pure vibration waiting for you. And breathing in, allow this guide to take you into a chamber. And this chamber is a cave. It's a beautiful cave in the heart of the mother, in the womb of the mother, Mother Earth. And this cave is uniquely designed for you. Mother Earth has created it etherically for you, physically for you. So allow yourself to step into this cave, and the guide lets you be. And as you step into this cave, you notice one animal waiting for you. Trust whatever animal comes to you first. And as this animal comes to you, you arrive, and this animal invites you to sit down on the cool earth. There might be a fire in this cave, or it might be completely dark, whatever you feel is perfect. And you notice that there is this deep burgundy red energy outlining the cave and the floor. And it feels like a soft velvet that makes you just feel super cozy and relaxed. This animal is holding space for you. And on your next inhale, breathe in the burgundy red frequency. And on your next exhale, release everything that makes you feel unsafe in this world and in your body. And continue that breathing cycle for a few moments. Breathing in burgundy red, letting it fill you, letting it fill your second chakra, your heart. And on the exhale, letting go of any stress or tension that prevents you from being relaxed, knowing that your intention is enough. If you feel like you can't really release and relax, that's okay. Just breathe the burgundy red in And just let your body take its time as your nervous system unravels in its own time. Everything that you're feeling right now is perfect and loved. And as you breathe in on this cave floor, feel this burgundy red energy starting to move through your legs and into your root chakra, starting to spiral through your root chakra and instantly transmuting ancestral imprinting that vibrates with scarcity or lack. Anywhere that your ancestors were disconnected from the Great Mother, from the source of all, from the source of prosperity and nourishment and safety, I allow and I ask your higher self in this beautiful burgundy red frequency with this space holding animal that is with you to go ahead and clear, release, delete, and transmute that frequency of detachment from the Great Mother and attachment to scarcity from your being, from your ancestry, from your lineages. That's cleared, transmuted, released across all time, dimension, space, and reality now, and so it is. And allowing that beautiful burgundy red energy to swirl through your root and feeling yourself just drop in as gravity pulls you down to the cave floor. The burgundy red fills you, fills your spine, fills your brain, your eyes, down through your arms and your hands. And feeling your sacred umbilical cord from your belly button starting to plug into the mother below. And just allowing yourself to surrender as you gently start to remember on a soul level your inherent connection to the Great Mother, the one who has birthed your soul from her cosmic womb, the one who loves you unconditionally, going beyond the matrix around this planet and plugging into the truth. I am a light being. I come from the sacred void. I have always been taken care of, and I will always be taken care of. Anything that is less from that has been fuel for my soul growth, and I now release the need to learn and grow out of scarcity, lack, or fear. I allow the sacred frequencies of the Great Mother to pour through and remind me of my sacred mission on this planet, to activate myself with truth and to be a walking light in this world. It's important that I access and activate my inner prosperity so that I can awaken the prosperity grid and the Christ consciousness grid and amplify them so that all beings may have easier access to their own liberation as given to them from the divine that lives within them. And so it is. Feeling yourself breathe in and honoring if the animal that is with you has any further messages for you at this time. Taking a deep breath in, taking one last breath of that deep Mother Earth energy, burgundy red soil from the cave floor, breathing your animal into your body, letting it dissolve into light, and breathing the light of your animal into your body as your guide today and on your journey. And whenever you're ready, there is no rush. You can bring yourself back up through the layers of the earth, back up through the light cord that brought you down there, but bring the frequency of deep groundedness and the Great Mother with you. And whenever you're ready, as you breathe yourself back into your body, fully activating every cell with the Great Mother's nourishment, you can open your eyes and take all the time that you need. Okay. Beautiful. So welcome back. And let me know if you have anything that you want to share about that short journey with the Great Mother. Something that I referenced in that meditation is this idea that instead of being in the matrix, where there's this grid, this control grid, the slavery matrix, and it's all about you gotta hustle and make money and be in your ego and live in a certain way and compete. That's what people associate money with. But there's a different reality that we have access to. We can leave the matrix because we're not in it, we're not from it, we're not in it, we're light workers, we're walking as embodied sovereign beings that are here to unravel and unlock and uncode the matrix through sheer light and power of our true essence, and activate and amplify the true Christ consciousness grids and or whatever you want to call it, unity consciousness, Buddhic consciousness, love, the grids, the sacred geometry around the world. We're here to activate that. So we actually leave the matrix where we go beyond what people are used to living as reality. And we go into the womb of the Great Mother. There's a still point that lives inside of us. This is why spiritual traditions everywhere talk about the emptiness, the still point, the emptiness, the void. It's that place that's not a place inside of us and inside the universe that we go to be filled, and we reconnect with the flow of prosperity that comes from the sacred void, the womb, the cosmic womb. And we take that from outside the matrix, and we take that like mother's milk, that mother's milk, that flow of prosperity, always prosperity for the environment, prosperous life forms, plants, fresh air, clean water, and prosperity in any forms that our chosen incarnation needs in order to fully embody its soul mission, which for us right now as humans in this world is including money. So we take that flow of prosperity, we come into our bodies, and we embody what is outside of this world, what is outside of this matrix, as a living embodiment that lives inside of us, and we become living embodiments of prosperity. And again, we say yes to any form of prosperity that will support our soul's mission and our soul's desire for the liberation of all beings, which again includes money right now. But it is not the money of old paradigm that is used and abused. It is the money of the highest vibration that resonates with the milk and honey money of the goddess. And we use it to do incredible things in the world. And if you think about some of the slavery matrix and some of these beings who wish to keep us small and stuck and afraid, because then we're easier to control. If you think about what they would want us to live in lack, because light workers who live in lack do not buy themselves that program that changes their life. They don't go to that retreat. They don't buy the organic food that's full of life force and nourishment. They buy what is cheap and has chemicals in it because that's what they feel like they can afford. If you think about as a control structure and a tactic, that would be an incredible tactic to keep people in lack mentality so they can't buy what their soul wants to have access to in order to grow and flourish. And this is with respect and love to those beings who have been born into a much less privileged place. If you're watching this and if you have access to technology and to listen to a Facebook Live right now, it's likely that you were born with a certain amount of privilege. And for me, right, we can talk about white privilege, we can talk about all of that. But what I want to talk about is using our privilege for the benefit of all beings. Not feeling guilty about that we were given a head start because we had food to eat on the table and education growing up, if that is the case for you. But actually using our privilege and using that we have access to spiritual growth and technology to fucking go for it and embody the most light that we can, because we're not necessarily having to worry about what other people on this planet are worrying about. And we can do the work with them and for them, honoring that they're very powerful souls who are experiencing war and famine right now. But we have chosen to incarnate into a certain framework that allows us to do some of this really deep light work for the whole world. And really honoring that everybody has their own unique place on this planet, their own unique role, and no role is better than another. But right now, if you're here, you seem to be called into embodying the light and activating prosperity consciousness on behalf of all beings. So let me know if you have any questions or if you want to share anything. And Monica says, and so it is. Kathleen says, beautiful. Vera says, your singing is divine. Thank you. Mariah says, I've been having visions of being happily buried, like hugged by Mother Earth, and this meditation was exactly what I needed to integrate that. Met a tiger. I saw a white tiger. Definitely going to come back to this practice. Thank you so much for sharing. Oh my God, Hadam says mine was a tiger too. Whoa. Kathleen says money of the highest vibration. Yeah. Amazing. Monica says, yes, yes, yes. Monica says, love that attitude. Sick of the guilt trip. Yeah, it really trips light workers up because we feel like we need to be in solidarity with those who are suffering, when actually we need to be anchoring into the light and using our privilege, whatever privilege we were born with, to fucking go for it. Like, don't be born with privilege and then spend your whole life feeling guilty about that privilege and trying to be poor with other people. So, no, like, use your privilege. My belief, use your privilege to activate the most amount of light that you can on behalf of all beings. Like, you are given a leg up. Use it. Use it to benefit all beings, Nikki says, thank you. The fox was there, and I know that energy to be playful. I dance with the goddess daily. I need to ground into recording it to share more of that feeling with my community and so many clients. Yay! His message for me was to work and play for it, for that is going to be a key to my business being successful and lives to be changed. I love that. Monica says, I'm Latina, so not even white, but sick of that narrative and sick of society trying to make me a victim. Thank you for sharing your perspective as what some people would call a minority, and just, having this conversation when we're talking about wealth, and I think is really important, and wealth consciousness. Kathleen says, my animal was a koala with a profound blessing to go do my work, and now it heals all versus selfish. Beautiful. Dora says, I saw a deer. Teresa says, I got a tiger too. Tigers popping. Wendy got a tiger too. Sarah says, my baby stopped nursing and looked at you when you sang. Oh, that's so cute. Suzanne says, there was a swan for me. Katherine says, mine was a white tiger too. Oh my gosh, never have connected with that animal before. Tiger is so present. Lena says, my animal showed up as a lioness, and I could see myself completely as a priestess traveling through the core of the earth, embodying that burgundy energy. So wild when you mentioned that I was already envisioning a bright red burgundy cave full of light and warmth and glimmering crystals, and the lioness there waiting for me to bless me. That's amazing. Okay, so let's continue on. So we're talking very much about we talked about the energetics, right, of connecting with the Great Mother. You can do meditations with the Great Mother in the Priestess's Guide to Manifesting Money that is available basically at the end of this session to join. I have a whole module around the Great Mother in the Still Point with guided meditations. So that is an available resource for you if you want to go deeper with the Great Mother in the Still Point, if that resonates for you. If it doesn't, or if it does and you want more, there's also various like books around the Great Mother, meditations to connect with the Still Point. You can do it on your own and just kind of use what we just did as a template. And you can also go sit with trees. In one of my courses, Divine Feminine Business, the first piece of homework that I gave my journey who wanted to create successful businesses is I said, go find a special tree, create a relationship, and sit with that tree over months and months and months, and bring it offerings and ask it to connect you with the Great Mother. So there's lots of different ways to connect in with that energy. And again, we're bringing prosperity from beyond the matrix, from inside of us, and we're allowing it to amplify out through us. So number 2 is, okay, this one's, I think we might go past an hour. No, I'm going to try to keep it an hour, but okay, we got some really good stuff to go through. So number 2 is letting yourself love money. Because here's the thing. Again, a lot of us light workers are like, meh, money, I want it. But like subconsciously we're like, is it wrong? Is it just kind of bad? Even me, who's done this work for years, I really catch myself when I'm more deep in meditation. I can feel the subconscious energy that's like blocking money, that's like no to money because I don't like it, because it's bad, it's wrong. It connects me with bad things, with government control, with all this kind of shadow stuff. So we talked a little bit about how we're actually connecting with the high frequency of money. We're not connecting with this old paradigm idea of money, but I want to to share you an experience that I had. This is why I'm like, we might go past an hour, because I think it's really important that I share this experience with you, because I think it has the power to shift your ideas around all of this. So I was at a music festival a few years ago. And it was an amazing spiritual, magical festival connected to the First Nations of the land. Amazing. And I was invited to do a mushroom ceremony with my friend who grew her own mushrooms, like with crystal water and mantra singing to them. And I was like, okay, yes. So we went by the river, we did ceremony, and I had to go. I needed to be by myself in my own space. After that, I was getting taken real deep. I was like listening to the amazing DJs that were playing, and I was like, I want to dance. But like, I was with the mushrooms, and that's how I needed to be. And so I was taken deep, and I was taken into a vision, a part of this journey, where I saw the spirit of money. And the spirit of money looked like this kind of like dragon creature, and there was fire all around it because it had been enslaved. The spirit of money had shackles around its neck and around its legs, and there were beings controlling it and whipping it and being very abusive to it. And I could feel the energy of money was going through the same sort of energy of slavery as beings on the earth, like humans and animals, experience. And it was very moving because I felt like, okay, money has a consciousness. It felt very much like money had feelings when I saw that vision. And I knew in that moment, money's never been the issue. Money's always been the scapegoat. There's always been forces behind money that have wanted something other than money, and they're control whatever, and they're using it, and it's in slavery. And you think about how people treat money. You think about that we say, I don't want money, I don't like money, or we'll freak out about money, or we'll always tell money, you're not enough for me. And if you think about being in a relationship with a conscious being, let's say money is a conscious being, because I believe from what I've seen it is, how you're treating it every day, and that you're expecting it to do things for you when you aren't saying thank you very often, and you're always telling it it's not enough. Well, in a lot of ways, we're contributing to that energy, and I want to free my, I want to connect with the highest vibration of money who's not enslaved. I believe there's different vibrations of money, but I believe that I saw a specific vibration and frequency of money for a reason that day. And I believe, and I don't want any beings to suffer, including the energetic of money. And so I want money to be supported and loved and treated as such. So this is an invitation for you. And money responds as well. When you love money, it responds. It's like right now I'm doing manifestation work around men and the sacred masculine. And I know from my journey that when I have these unconscious, like angers towards men, or feelings like men were responsible for trauma and rape and things, and when I have that in my being, and then I have these expectations as well that I'm also going to be rejected and things like that, I experience that because men and the universe respond to my vibration. So as I unpeel this energy around men, I'm aware that I need to love men and look at them as children of the divine and see the purity in the sacred masculine in order to attract something different. And within only a few days of really going for this work, because I'm in a course that I'm doing, I'm already starting to see men come into my field that aren't necessarily like my lifelong soulmates, but are kind and are different, and I'm just allowing that in. So where I'm going with this, girl talk, no, where I'm going with this is, in order to attract something in a positive way, in a healthy way into your life, you need to love it. So I need to love men in order to attract men that are lovable and loving, and even as friends and soul brothers. Money, you need to love money in order to attract it into your life. Money responds to you. It will come to you in a very healthy way and in an abundant way if you love it. So how are you going to love money? You can say thank you to it every day. Guess what? Money paid for me to be in this home and is paying for the heating and the hot water that just came through my tap. Obviously, the earth contributed the materials, and there's a lot that went on. But the fact that I have the amount of money to pay to my landlord every month, I can say thank you, money, for this way. So I want you to go ahead and say thank you, money, for something that it bought you. The technology that you're watching this on, the food that you just ate. Maybe something fun that just happened. You went out for dinner with friends and had a lot of fun. I'm going to say, thank you, money. Thank you, money. And that is a habit that I want you to get into. Thank you, money. I love you, money. Thank you. And that might feel really uncomfortable. You don't have to say I love you, money right away if that makes you too uncomfortable, but for sure, thank you, money. And start to work that and notice what unconscious biases you have against this energy. And remember what I said about when I saw the spirit of money being enslaved, and think, do I want to contribute that energy to it, or do I want to connect with it and connect with it in a way that I see it as free and pure and neutral, and something that could be of a very high vibration in my hands, because it can. Think of all the good that you can do with money and let yourself love it, and that will attract it to you. Satva is here and giving all the hearts. Karen says, yes, I felt guilty because I've overspent, but it was because I've wanted to move forward, not from a place of greed. I've had to buy some inexpensive products because I feel so bad about my debt. I totally self-sabotage because I often feel worthless and that the world doesn't really care about us. Yeah, just sending you love, holding space, and, holding the intention that this dialogue and my work, hopefully, and maybe other people's work helps you to unravel some of those feelings, because they're very common, and I totally get that. Nova says it helps to see money as a shunned goddess. She is a wise and trickstery teacher. That's a beautiful way of putting it. Thank you for that wisdom. Awesome. Okay. So that was number 2. Oh, we're at 88 comments. Oh, and I just went to 89. And God, I saw that 88 is the number of prosperity. And when I was going live, I had 1888 people that liked Beth Katherine too. So watch out for the 88s, because they're telling you cool things. Okay, so 3, this kind of relates to what Karen just said. So I'll go through these points quicker, and they are quicker points. So number 3 is believe in yourself, see it as already done, feel it as already done, and have celebration parties that it's already done. The thing that trips people up a lot, they're like, Beth, I'm manifesting money. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. I'm like, that's better than shit, I can't afford it. This sucks. That is better. But it's not fully there. It's coming. If you break down it's coming, what that means is it's not here, but it will be here later, right? So if you're manifesting money and you're just, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, if that makes you feel good, it's an improvement. But if you really want to go for it, you are invited to have visualizations, daydreams, dance parties, journaling sessions, self-talk, where you are celebrating that the money is already here. Long before I was having $10,000 months, I was writing, I have $10,000 months, and it feels really good. When I was writing, I have $10,000 months, and was like, oh my God, I'm making $3,000 a month regularly right now. I have no idea how that would happen. But I was writing it down, and I was walking on the beach, and I was feeling that. And I say 10,000 because that's what made me feel good and prosperous. But if picking a certain amount of money doesn't make you feel good and prosperous, just focus on the energy of overflow, more than enough, prosperity. That's awesome. And if it does make you feel good to think of a certain amount of money, what makes me feel controlled is and anxious is if I try to put that on clients. For the Priestess's Guide to Manifesting Money, I do not have a certain number of people that I want to sign up. It's just whoever is going to be most deeply served by this, go for it. Because I'm focusing on being a vibrational match for $10,000 or more a month for me. And that will find me any way that it wants to. I might get a surprise from here, or an unexpected thing from here, or it might all come in from this new course that I'm launching, or whatever, right? I just am choosing to be a vibrational match for what I am focusing on, and then I allow that to come in. So I'm not oh my God, it has to come in from this bonus, or oh my God, I have to have a certain amount of clients, right? So that's why I can still focus on a specific amount right now, but with feeling a lot more flexible and just super cool about it, right? Does that make sense? So what you can do is you can have, and this is in the free wealth consciousness course that launched a couple months ago. Go on my website, bethkatherine.com, just like my title and this name, and go to free courses and find Step into Wealth Consciousness. There's a whole section on owning it as now. So whether you write about it in your journal, oh my God, I just made this much money. It feels so good and it was so easy and this is what I'm doing and yay, it feels so great. Feel it in your heart, have a dance party, dance out how excited you are. Like what sounds would you make? Like if you're like, I want to make $5,000 a month. What sounds would you make if that just happened? That the end of the month happened, you looked at your numbers came in and you were like 5,700, and you wanted $5,000. Like what would you do? Would you scream? Like, would you say, thank you, thank you, thank you? Would you have a dance party? Would you like go out on the town and like doll yourself up and just celebrate and just chill the fuck out? Like, go do those things right now, right? And celebrate it as done now. And that is what you need to constantly be bringing yourself back to. Don't just do that once a week. Revisit that feeling multiple times a day. Make it a part of your habit. Set reminders in your phone. Put sticky notes around you. What does it feel like to have this amount of money coming in? How do I want to celebrate it? And know that you get to celebrate it freely because it's not greedy. All that stuff we just talked about, it's not greedy or wrong or anything. You are celebrating prosperity as your birthright. You are bringing it in and you're activating the divine matrix of magical fucking awesomeness of prosperity for all beings, and it makes it easier for everybody else to activate their prosperity codes when you embody them. What is done for one is done for all. Okay, Lena says, this is amazing. I'm thanking money for allowing me to have a roof over my head, food on my table, and childcare for my son every month. That is amazing. And thank you, money, for doing that for you. We honor you. Karen says, I do dance parties and singing parties. Amazing. Dora says, yes, trying to set a number feels very icky. And I love just thinking those who feel aligned and keep it separate from the money I'm trying to attract. Yes, so very, very important. If thinking of a certain number makes you feel icky, don't do it. It's all about what makes you feel relaxed and good. You don't, for a long time, I didn't really, like, as much as I say I was writing, I'm experiencing $10,000 months, then I would just let it go and not think about it and just vibe out with prosperity. Like, I'm not hyper-focused on a number by any means, and you don't have to be focused on a number in order to attract prosperity. Eventually, if that keeps happening, you might want to look under that and start to ask, if that's like months and months and months go by and you're vibrating with prosperity and then still thinking about a number makes you icky, maybe that's fine. But maybe you also want to go what's under there and ask yourself, is it because I believe that I can't do it? Is it because subconsciously I believe that I can't do it and I can't have it, so I don't want to go for it? And if that's the case, then you want to unravel some of that. And that's the whole process. This is an hour-long workshop and we're almost there. So lots of time for that. Join my course. I will help you. Lena says, I like spending $10,000 a month on paper as if I already have it. Yeah, that's a really good way. I love that one. Deciding how much I can contribute, give away, how much I can save, how much I can use to create financial freedom. This is a great reminder. Hugely amazing way. What are you going to spend your money on? That's something I'm going to talk about in the Priestess's Guide to Manifesting Money again. Figure out what you'd love to spend your money on in your ideal life, and that will actually help you manifest it and get clear. Satva says, I just got a vision of how I can let money be a beautiful swirl of golden sparkly light moving in a soft, high vibrational figure 8 back and forth between me and what I want. Oh my God, amazing. I might use that, which will beautifully serve me and the highest beautifulness of all. I love that. The highest beautifulness of all. Let's like make that a new catchphrase. Monica says, at this point, I have automatic deposit in my job and just thought about the fact that it allows me to take it for granted. I think from now on, I will do a paycheck gratitude ritual. Beautiful. Every time I have my deposit so I can show gratitude for what I get so I can generate more. And Monica, I have a feeling that even if that's the only thing that you did and only thing that you took away from this workshop, doing a paycheck gratitude ritual every time you got it would have an enormous effect on your relationship with money and how it flows to you. Awesome. Okay, and the last one, number 4, is to create a plan. Yeah. To create a plan. And the plan isn't necessarily to create a wealth consciousness plan. And the plan, hear me out first, because I'm not necessarily telling you make a plan on how you're going to make the money. The last step is to meditate and to vibe out with, okay, higher self, I am committed to my wealth consciousness now. I'm committed to prosperity codes, activating and awakening within me. I'm committing to live an abundant life. Show me the way. What would you have me do? And maybe your plan is that, okay, you're just being asked to fully focus on wealth consciousness right now. Maybe you're going to be asked to focus on it 20 minutes a day for the next month or the next 3 months. And just like you might have a meditation practice or a yoga practice, you're being asked to add a wealth consciousness practice into your life. You might be asked to, maybe you've been ignoring some debt and kind of think, well, I'll pay it off when I have a lot of money. But maybe your higher self wants you to put 15% of your income every month to pay it off just once a month, pay it off 15%, and let that add up. And maybe that's just going to help you feel empowered and like, it's just going to shift your vibration around money. Maybe what's going to come through from your higher self is to apply for a new job. Maybe you're working a job right now, you don't love it, and you don't really feel abundant at it. And when you meditate with your higher self and you say, I'm totally committed to my prosperity consciousness, you get vibes to go out and find a new job or whatever that is. So the last step again is to make a plan about how you are going to bring prosperity consciousness into your life in a real way. And again, I want you to meditate on it and or pray about it and get it from your higher self. Or maybe right now you just know and you're connected with your higher self right now because of this broadcast, this transmission, and something is just totally come in for you. So look at me, an hour, and those are most of the tips. So let's talk. I want to ask, do you have any questions? And now I'm going to share about how you can win a full scholarship to the Priestess's Guide to Manifesting Money. So first, what is the Priestess's Guide to Manifesting Money? Because why would you, enter to win a full scholarship to it if you don't even want to join, which you probably do, but, I'm leaving the link right now for you to check it out. So basically, and it's in the comments, this is a 6-week course. It's a shorter course than most of my journeys. Most of my journeys are anywhere from 3 months to 8 months. This one is a 6 weeks course. I really, really like that because it's doable. Even if you've got a lot going on, you have like 3 other courses and you're working this and this. Once a week content for 6 weeks. And I literally am telling you in this course everything I know about manifesting money from a more priestess grounded space that won't make you feel like you are controlling and grasping, but is still very effective. Like literally everything I know, like I gave a lot to you in this hour workshop, but I have so much more to share, and it's so much more effective if I can do it sequentially. So if I can give you a bit of information, give you some homework and some guided meditations, you can sit on it for a week or maybe more, and then you can go to the next part. Like that is so much more effective than me just like throwing all my stuff at you, which actually was the plan. I was actually planning on making this a video bundle and you just got all the videos right away, but then I recorded it and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, no, this is so rich. There's so much information here. There's no way I can give this all to people at once because you'll need to break it down and integrate it and assimilate it. So it's a 6-week course. It has a pre-recorded video, so you don't have to make any lives except for the bonus live at the end. A pre-recorded video and at least 1 guided meditation with every video. I might do 2 guided meditations some weeks. So that for 6 weeks. You get a bonus right when you sign up, which is a really cool video about how to work with the angels to activate your prosperity codes. So that's a bonus. The other bonus is a live Q&A at the end of the 6 weeks, maybe 2 weeks after we finish. So you can bring me all your questions. We're going to do it on Zoom. So you can be on video with me asking questions if you want. If you can't make it live, you send them to me beforehand. You actually are going to be able to get one-on-one coaching. And there's also a Facebook group so that you can interact with me and ask your questions. It's so valuable, and I'm offering it to you at 50% off right now of the normal price. The normal price is going to be $888 US dollars, but as I'm launching it right now, it's going to be half off that for $444 with an optional payment plan of $148 US dollars a month for 3 months for all of that. So the amount of value that you're getting is huge. It's amazing. But a part of this reason is I genuinely want you to have this. Like I've paid like $2,000 before for a similar program, and it was worth it. It was worth it. But I want to make this accessible to people as best as I can. So I'm pricing it right now 50% off for you until January 22nd. So that's what it is. Go check out the link if you want to learn more. Like, the page is really, really pretty. So can you just go check it out anyway? Maybe like later you can still listen to me, but like just go check it out. It's so pretty. I made it myself. So how do you win a full scholarship to that? It's so easy. All you need to do is you need to share this video right now with, so go ahead and look for that share link if you want a full scholarship entry to win. And I want you to go share that maybe on your, and wait until I fully explain this, on your personal Facebook page, a Facebook group that maybe you facilitate or that you're a part of that you think would be really good. Maybe you're going to share it on a friend's page. And what I want you to do when you share it is, please don't just share it and like pop it in. Like, I want people to like, I'm asking you to share it so people have this information and they can see it. So I would love for you to write something about, hey, this is what I learned in this workshop, or why you're suggesting that other people tune into this workshop. Something that's meaningful, something that's from your heart, even if it's just one sentence that goes along with you sharing the video. And that will allow people to actually like maybe click on it. Like, it's a bit of a longer video. So, you know, if they're hearing about this great video from a friend and you're explaining about why it might be awesome for them to watch, they'll be more inclined to watch, because as you can probably feel into, this information and this energy is needed in the world, right? Like, most people don't think about money in the ways that we've just talked about. So you can go ahead and do that. And once you did, Abigail says, amazing. Thank you for creating this offering. You're welcome. Monica says, I shared it a while ago. That's amazing. Monica's like, I shared it with no agenda. Good for you. What you do, okay, so this is really, really, really important. In order to fully enter to win the scholarship, you need to come back right now in the comments and tell me you shared, because some of you have privacy settings, so I can't see if you shared. Some of you will be public, so if I see who shared, I'll be able to see it, but there will be several of you that I can't see it because of whatever privacy settings you have. So in order to fully enter, you need to comment right now or after you share the video and say, hey, Beth, I shared. Like, don't make your comment really elaborate, something like, I shared, or hey, Beth, I shared, or I shared with 3 people, or I shared on my, like, so I can really clearly identify that you shared. If you're on replay, you have until January 14th at, I would say, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you're watching live right now and you need to have some time in order to share, I don't know, you can share anytime between now and January 14th, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 p.m. in London, I think. And then I'm going to share the winner tomorrow night. And so even if you're on replay, you can enter to win if you are watching within that time period. So Karen says, if I can't do it right now, as I'm in 2 other programs, when will it be available again? It will always be available after in about a month. It will be on my website, always, always, always available, but at the full price point of $888. And you can do that at any time. And then probably twice a year, I'll launch it at a special price. I don't know if it will still be the 444. It might be like 555 because like I like angel numbers. But it will be, and it might be 444 again. I don't know, but it won't be available at that price for maybe like at least 6 months. So absolutely, you can sign up then. You can sign up in 6 months, or you can sign up at the full price point on my website at any time, and it would be worth every single penny of that. Like it would come back to you, no problem. Lena says, I will share right after this. Amazing. Vera says, I shared in private message with 2 friends. Does that count? Yeah, absolutely. Bianca says, I already shared it. Thank you. Satva says, I shared it. And Priestess, oh, thank you, love. Mariah says, shared. And my love manifestation group too. Thank you so much. Teresa says, shared it with the Mystic Queen, Dora Azizi. Amazing. Yeah, and Dora's here for this. Awesome. Amazing. Randy says, thank you, Beth. Thank you for this offering. Just before this course, I did my workout, said my prayers, looked into my bank account. I have still had maintained the number I had started in June, just before I joined Medicine Keepers. Then I looked at my upcoming payment and it was $1,000 more than I thought it would be, but Exactly the amount I was hoping for. Amazing. I smiled and screamed, I love you. Thank you. Prosperity and abundance is here and now, and so it is. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Lots of you are coming in and saying that. Nikki said, I'd really like to put the thoughts into my words and what friends page to share to. So I'll come back and let you know when I do. Thank you so much. You're amazing. I'm super grateful. So yeah, so share it. I'm going to pick the winner tomorrow night, and if you're not the lucky winner, who's the lucky magical winner, you'll be able to sign up anytime for the special 50% off price point until January 22nd. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I just so feel this course in my heart. I think you'll be able to feel if it's right for you. I feel really good about this course. I'm so happy about the information that I'm sharing in it, that I've shared in it. And I just know for the people that resonate, it's going to be so incredible. And I'm just so happy that I get to be able to give this to you. Awesome. You guys are so awesome. Or should I say you ladies? Everyone's saying shared. You're amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you. Okay, so much love. I'm just sending you so much blessings. Thank you so much for being my light working beloved on this mission. You're doing such great work. Never underestimate the power of your energy every single moment of every single day. You're so needed in this world right now. And I'm just sending you so much blessings, so much love. And I'll see you soon. Hopefully I'll see you for the Priestess's Guide to Manifesting Money. But if not, I'll see you in the Sisterhood of the Mermaid Moon or Facebook group if you're a part of there. And just like everywhere, because like I'm just here for you always. So much love. And yeah. You're great. Love, yes.